loves, and welcome back to another episode of Engaged in Chaos. I am joined back again by my lovely husband.
I'm back again. You thought you were gonna get rid of me that easily.
No, never.
Now you can hear me now too. So that'll help.
Yeah, this will be a lot better. We're still learning as we go through this podcast process. So we had some audio things we had to fix. We have proper video now, and yeah, we're gonna keep working on this.
few minor technical difficulties.
Yeah, a little bit, but yeah, we're working on the mic situation and all of that. It's just a process.
Yeah.
So today I wanted us to cover a few things, honestly, that I have gotten this inspiration from TikTok because there's so much going on. My page is like all bride talk, wedding talk, that entire thing. So I wanted to go over a few things of common regrets that brides end up having after their wedding day. It's not like the weather or like Aunt Susan said something funny during the toasts.
Yeah.
We've had that though.
A few of those.
We had that though. One of our past brides actually ended up commenting on one of our videos, talking about, I think it was her brother-in-law, something like that, and it went a little unplanned.
Oh, it was the best man.
Oh, the best man.
It was
okay.
the best man who did not prepare a speech, so he went off the cuff and
He winged it.
He winged it and thought he was funny. He thought he was funny.
Yeah, her comment was like, make sure you have the speech prepared and planned for the speeches. Oh, it was okay though. I honestly don't even remember what he said, so it couldn't have been that bad, right? Regret number one that we want to go into.
Number one. It's like those top 10 shows, you know?
That was so dramatic. I loved it.
Shouldn't we go in reverse order from like, well, it doesn't.
No, these aren't really in any kind of order.
Oh.
This is just what I put number one and number two. It's just as I thought of it, I wrote it down. So anyway, not hiring a professional photographer, videographer, or planner.
Yes, not hiring a professional to do a professional's job.
Yeah, and we kind of touched on this prior, but your friend with a camera is not it.
Yes, the friend with a camera.
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead and let him do it.
Well, I want to explain why. It's not that your friend doesn't love you or care about you or any of that. They want to help. But unless they're a professional in that, you're just not going to get the same level of priority, especially if you're not paying them anything. I have seen it 100 times over where you have the bride say, yeah, I have my friend, she has a camera, she's going to do that. I don't even have to pay anything for it. And then it's like 6, 7, 8 months after the wedding's over and they have no photos. They have nothing done. And she's like, oh yeah, I haven't gotten to them. Or like they weren't stored properly or the SD card got messed up. It's something like that. And there always comes or ends up being a problem.
Sure.
So it's not that your friend with the camera or the family member has bad intentions or anything like that, but you're just not going to get the same level of priority.
Professionalism.
Yeah, professionalism and priority.
Sure.
That you will from hiring a professional.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I have a driver's license, but I'm not going to drive a log truck. I mean, it's beyond my scope, if you will, per se.
Right, and your vendors impact the emotional, the emotional experience of your day. So wedding days are so different in general.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to know how to change your settings quickly. You have to know how to adapt to all of those things.
Yes.
And that's just, there's a lot more logistics to it than people realize. Whatever that.
Next, it would be if you decide to hire your cousin as the planner.
Yeah, because again, you're just, my best example of this is this. A wedding I did a number of years ago, and I think I told the story before too, but she had her aunt or somebody in charge of the flowers. She said, you were used to be a florist. You used to be this, can you handle the florals? You get to the wedding the day of, aunt forgot completely. And it's like, you have to go now backtrack, figure all of that out.
That would be a nightmare.
I was like helping set up and everything. So you just don't get the same level of professionalism on any scope. And if you listen to our last episode with the balance boss Megan, me and her talked in length about the importance of having a real planner or having a coordinator. And even the fact that even when you do hire a day of coordinator, there's still so much more involved.
Oh,
You're not just showing up the day of and going, okay, this is what's going on. Like you're still working with that couple for weeks in advance to set everything up properly.
yes. Yes, and also, um, without hiring a professional like us or someone similar, in those areas, you run into that inexperience as far as how, like time management, which could be something else that we could talk about, like building in a timeline. You know, if you're hiring someone like a family friend or just someone as a favor, they might not have that type of focus and that structure to get those moments or get those pictures that you really want at the end of the day, because it's our job sometimes um, to kind of highlight those and reiterate that, hey, 5 minutes, we've got to go here and we've got to do this. Um, if those individuals that were, not necessarily as professional might not have those kinds of timetables put together. So it'd be a lot more difficult to kind of get those things lined up properly.
Yeah, and you end up kind of having the day rushed if you
Yes.
don't plan things out. And that can happen with professionals too if they don't know how to run their timeline. Uh, but yeah, just overall, please. Okay, I'm gonna go on a rant for just a second.
Oh no. Yeah.
Sorry, I have to. This is what I personally don't understand. The couple is willing to spend $15,000 to $20,000 on a venue, right?
Yeah.
The venue, the decor, all of this. And then you want to come to me and tell me that you have $1,000 budget, but you want two photographers and you want us there all day long for like 8 to 10 hours. You want the engagement session, you want film, you want all of this. And I'm just so overpriced and out of budget. And I'm like, dude, like you you're spending 15 to 20K on this venue alone because I know the venue. And you like what are you're not going to try to preserve those memories as best you can? Like
Well,
make that make sense to me.
I mean, Uncle Steve has a Pro Max. He can do it with his
Ugh,
iPhone.
they always regret it, and that's what makes me sad. So yeah, we'll move on. I'll quit my rant. We can move on to point two, which is not building enough buffer time into your day of timeline.
Yes. Yes, because rushing equals stress.
Absolutely. Every single solitary time. There will always be hiccups, okay?
Absolutely.
I just had a content day, a style shoot for other photographers and stuff. And let me just run through. This isn't even a wedding day. This is like all vendors, but this is just how life unfolds. It's not any of their faults.
Sure.
Just hiccups happen. We get there, we have people supposed to be lined up to start arriving at 11. And then I get a call from one vendor. She has broken her phone. She has to go get that fixed. Okay, no problem. Then then another vendor, she ends up with a flat tire, has to get that fixed. And
It was a day of events. One
yeah, it was a
person,
day of
it was
events.
it was wild the things that were happening to people.
Right. And then the third vendor,
I mean, that happened. Like life happens. So.
right. And then the third vendor, she ended up getting stuck in traffic on the interstate because there was an accident. All things completely unavoidable.
Yeah.
The way I had everything lined up in the timeline was where there was plenty of space for everything to get accomplished. If we had an hour delay, which I think it only ended up being like 30 minutes, um, it didn't throw anything or anybody off. It just went, okay, this is what's going on. Are you okay? Is all of this, are you well? Is everything okay? You're all right. Okay, bet. Like, get here when you can. We'll be waiting. Hope as long as you're good, I'm good. We're fine.
But everything worked out great.
Oh yeah, everybody got there. Everybody
Yeah.
had a wonderful time. I'm gonna make our own little special episode talking about that. Yes,
The workshop episode.
the
That's
workshop
going to be
episode.
fun.
I loved it. We had so
Style
much fun, and I got to shout out all of our vendors and all that stuff on that. It was
Absolutely. Yeah.
it
Definitely.
literally just happened.
Yes, that
So
was-
I've still got a lot of photos to edit and stuff before I can share.
that's-
um, but how do you avoid having a rush timeline. Well, at least 15 to 30 minutes of a cushion to every single block. So I had a wedding, or we had a wedding almost 2 months ago, and we were only 10 minutes away from the ceremony spot from where we were getting ready. But because of traffic and stuff, I just said, you know what, just in case like the first touch goes a little long or any of the bridal photos that we were doing at the getting ready area go too long, we need extra time. I'm literally going to put a 45-minute block for driving from getting ready to ceremony spot just in case we needed it. And we literally needed every single second of that 45 minutes because we had to like, it was in a state park. So we had to sit there, we had to wait, we had to pay to get in. We had to like do that whole thing.
Yeah, it was just at least 10 minutes just to get into the park.
Right. So
And
we
then we got
needed every
lost.
minute of that.
We needed every minute, yes.
Yeah.
And then we got lost for a moment.
We don't have to go that. We don't have to go that far. We did kind of get lost. We passed it though. There was a balloon and we missed the balloon. That's on us. Um, but it turned out great. The day was a lot of fun.
It was great.
But just as an example, that's what happens. So yeah, can you only imagine how that time would have went if I would have gone us right to the mark of a 15-minute mark of trying to get there?
There's the stress. And
right.
The chaos ensues.
The chaos. I know the name of this is Engaged to Chaos, but we're actually trying to avoid that. And plus, when your timeline's not rushed, you're actually present for your day, right? Like you get to show up and actually enjoy what's going on.
You have a moment to breathe.
Yeah. Like this is your day. You need to actually enjoy it and soak it in. But if you're just going from A, B, C, and like going down a list of prompts or just going through the motions and like, okay, I just got to get this through. This is what we've got to do. I've got to take these photos in the ceremony and take these photos and eat and then go all through here.
Yes.
You're just so rushed. You don't end up remembering.
You're not in the moment. You're just going from one thing to the next. It's all a blur. And you just, yeah. That's unfortunate if that happens.
Something I haven't seen a lot of people do this, but I really want to see this come to pass. I don't think brides and grooms should be getting ready separately anymore. I want that to change.
Whoa. Well, let's unpack that one. What do you mean?
Why can't you be present together? Why can't you get up together in the morning, have your coffee, like all the people start showing up, you get to have breakfast with everybody or your family or just the two of you. You can start getting ready together. Or even if you're just in the same house or the same whatever.
Oh, I see what you mean. So you're saying like if someone like you're saying the early part, they shouldn't be separate. They shouldn't be separate the entire day. I see what you mean by that because that can be stressful.
Right.
If you're just without the person that is really can be your rock, and you're without that rock for half a day of the most important days of the two of your lives.
You're only getting like from at best 3 to 4 p.m. to 8, 9 p.m. like onwards with your partner when you could honestly have most of the entire day with them and spend the morning with them. I want to see that become a trend because I think that's just great. Yeah. I mean, honestly, we did that. We didn't really do a whole bunch. We got up in the morning, we had breakfast, we went up and we helped set up our own venue and everything like that. And I was like, okay, well, it's time for us to like go actually get dressed. You went your way, I went my way. So you still are keeping the tradition, if you would like to, of the first look or like walking down the aisle and having that traditional first moment there. But you're still getting more time with your partner early in the day. Yes. And I think it would help with people's nerves.
It could, definitely.
You know?
Because there's so many situations where where I've been in a situation with the groom and his nerves are, pretty intense and he's a little worked up but then that, that first look or that first touch happens and that just kind of washes all of that away.
Yeah, and imagine if you got to spend the first 3 hours of your day with them or like he got to see you while like makeup and hair were first starting and it's like, okay, well you go get dressed, I'm gonna get dressed, like I'll see you in 2 hours when we get married, love you. I just feel like it could set a whole much more natural scene for you to be present in your own wedding day. Yeah.
We'd love to hear your comments on that as well. See what your opinions are.
Yes, please tell us. Please. What do you think? Am I crazy for this? But I like it. All right.
So let's just move into the people pleasing side
Regret
of me.
number 3.
Regret number 3.
Oh,
I just don't need to do that.
that's funny.
Well, I forgot number 2, so it's a little inconsistent. But okay, so number 3.
Yeah. People pleasing. Too much.
Too much people pleasing or not enough?
Too much.
Too much?
Yeah. Yeah. If don't invite people that you don't want to invite. If you haven't seen them in a year or two,
That's a hot take.
they don't have to be there.
Don't invite Aunt Fran if she's an ass.
Hey,
Oh,
language,
language.
sir.
Bleep it.
All right.
You could do the little censor thing over my mouth.
No, I'm not doing that. Anyway,
Sorry.
but yeah, like if you haven't seen them, if they haven't talked to you, they don't have to be there. But here's my thing on this, and I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I mean it, and I want everybody to understand it. There is no wrong way to host your wedding. There's really not. It's yours. You get to do it however you want.
It's your moment.
Everyone is going on social media and they are going, "Hey, brides, grooms, whoever, how much did you pay for your dress? How much did you spend on your venue? How much did you spend on this? What did you do for this? Because I did XYZ and I'm feeling this way about it." And then the comment section is either saying, "Oh gosh, you spent too much," or "Oh, I spent way more than you." And it turns into this big comparison thing.
Yeah, why are we having a measuring contest?
Right. And not only that, like your wedding represents your personality as a couple. It represents your personalities together and your love together. Why would you want it to be a dead copy of anybody else's wedding? There's a price point for everybody.
Yes.
So what I recommend is you sit down with your partner and like have this planned out, have a serious conversation, and go over your values. We talked about this with Megan last week too. Go over your values with each other. What is important to you? Make a pro and con list. If you, I commented on somebody's video a couple of days ago because they couldn't decide whether to do a destination wedding or to do a local wedding because they were both going to end up costing similar. And I said, well, talk to your partner, sit down, discuss your values. Do you value having all of your friends and family there and having a bigger party at the end? Or do you value more of a destination wedding where it's a smaller guest count, but you can have more of an aesthetic and more of your dream vendors and more of a once in a lifetime kind of experience? And that answer is going to be different for everybody, and neither answer is wrong.
There's not a wrong answer there.
Precisely. So it's just going over what's most important to you.
Yes.
And kind of just say nobody else matters. Yeah. Okay. So you can't let family pressure you into things like mom's work friends don't need to be there. They don't. I'm sorry. They don't. Even if they're contributing to the wedding, they don't have to be there.
Oh, okay.
They don't. It's not. Okay, hot take for myself. But I'd rather have something smaller if I have to take care of it myself than have people there that I don't know or don't feel comfortable around, wouldn't you?
That's true. I guess, yeah, sure.
But yeah, and you can't have a fear of being rude or being extra, like...
Saying no.
Yeah, it's okay to say no. And it's okay to also make compromises, because I'm not saying go be mean to mom. Never. But, like...
Yeah.
Be reasonable about things.
Maybe her work best friend can come. But,
yeah, like 1, but not 10.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
The entire office can't show up.
Right. There's compromises that absolutely can be made because you don't get to stay back. You only, fingers crossed, you only have to do this once, and it goes right the first way.
And it goes really quickly too. It's
Yeah.
really fast.
And that kind of ties back into making sure you have a good photographer because you don't remember it half the time.
No, there's a lot of moments you'll miss because it's just there's a lot going on. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Regret number 4.
Number.
Yeah. Let's.
Okay.
I'm sorry, friends. I'm sorry. Anyway, Regret number 4, either not doing a first look or regretting doing one. I've seen this as a hot topic lately. And again, I go back to it's your wedding, do what you want. But again, go over your values with your partner. If you want to see each other prior to the wedding, do it. If you don't, don't. Don't let other people influence you on what you should be doing. But make sure you're doing something in a way to stay present during your day as well.
Exactly.
So there are things in your timeline that would have to be adjusted to fit whether you are or you are not doing a first look. But a fun alternative to that is a first touch. So you still get a photo moment. You don't see each other.
It's true.
You still can read your vows, and you still keep that special grand moment walking down the aisle and seeing your partner for the first time.
Okay, so like I'm glad you brought that up. So could you please explain how that works? Because there's been some confusion on what you mean by first touch, as far as how that would actually go. What do you mean by that?
Okay, so we talked about it with Brooklyn, and there were some comments on our TikTok page that they were confused and saying it was kind of backwards information. But a first look is, of course, prior to ceremony. You are setting something up, you're turning around, you're seeing each other for the first time, and then you can go into a vow reading or just have a moment with each other. Your photographer and videographer are there, but we kind of stay back, let you guys have your moment, and go from there. A first touch is where you do not see each other.
Yes. Well, let's reiterate that.
You do not see each other.
Thank you.
But you can speak to each other. Mm-hmm. Typically, you're on either side of a door or you're back to back. I kind of like to have people back to back so that they're still able to hold both hands of each other or kind of like be back to back and like feel each other.
Right.
Because you have a door between you. You can still hold hands, but I like people back to back. That's just me.
Yeah, I like that better than the corner of a wall kind of thing because it can be a little awkward.
Yeah. So again, you don't see each other with a first look. You're typically back to back around a corner on each side of a door, but you read your vows together because me and you both are pretty private people. I'm not really one to just go spill every bit of love in my heart in front of a whole bunch of people. Totally okay if you are, but personally, that's not me. And I know that's not you.
Right.
So for us to have our own little moment privately to pour our hearts out to each other kind of thing, and go that direction with it, is more suitable for some.
Most definitely.
Yeah. And then obviously come ceremony time, you'll see your partner for the first time at that point.
And what you're trying to do in that moment is to preserve that initial look, that initial expression or reaction of the groom.
Right.
As well as the bride, of course, but the groom's reaction to his bride for the first time, you're wanting to really capture that. And in some instances, that can be lost in a first look. Rarely, though, because we've done several first looks, and it's just something about seeing your wife to be like, here it is, it's happening now. She's walking down the aisle. That initial reaction can be like dramatically different sometimes.
Yeah, it's like it's happening. It's
real. Really, yes. So I guess there are a few different schools of logic when it comes to it, or what preferences. None of them are wrong.
Right. It just comes down to what you value.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that's kind of all I got for that one.
All right. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Not being in the moment, or actually just taking the time to be in the moment.
Yeah, so that's super important. We kind of touched on it earlier about staying present in your wedding days, so you actually live it and enjoy it. There's somebody who really wants to be used. If you have a bridal party, make use of them for those small things. Not your planner, not for your photographer, not for your videographer, not for your florist.
Yeah.
But if a button needs to be sewn onto a shirt, if you need water, somebody needs help with something, the planner needs help, delegate somebody for that. Don't be afraid to take 5-minute pauses throughout your day. If you want to soak in when you first get in your dress and go, hey, I need a minute, I try to plan in advance for that. So with those extra buffer times that I put into the timeline, or I work with your planner to put into the timeline,
Yes.
it's a lot easier to go, hey, do you want a minute? Do you want to just talk with your girls for a sec? And you do the same thing with the guys. It's like, hey, you look great. You've ended up like helping people tie their ties and bow ties and all that stuff onto them. And it's
Sure.
like, hey, do you need a minute? Do you want
Yeah.
to chill for a sec? Like, eat some food, chill out, listen to some music, enjoy this moment before we move on to the next part of the day. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but you do have to plan for that in advance.
Yeah,
Um,
I definitely check with my groom to go typically with the groom. I just
yeah.
definitely check with him, multiple times during the day, see if he, where he's at, how is he doing. I guess their hype team, we're part of their,
We help advocate for them
yes,
if they need anything.
yes, we are their advocates.
Again, try to avoid the comparison thing on social media. I can't speak to this enough. Social media is great for inspiration to pick things out
Hmm.
that you want to use,
Sure.
like a color palette or something of that sort. But to just want to pick out an entire photo and replicate that, it's not always the best. And also, everybody's wedding is different, everybody's budget is different, everything is always different.
Or who's to say that that moment that you're looking at in that photo was artificially manufactured? Like it wasn't a necessarily, not to say it wasn't a real photo, but maybe it was a styled shoot, or
Yeah.
maybe it was something that was a lot, a lot went into that to make that perfect shot. That can sometimes look nearly unattainable.
Yes, and sometimes it is. And right now, Pinterest is kind of being overloaded with AI images. And I'm gonna keep sounding like a broken record talking about that too. Like AI images, they're composites that a computer put together. They're not a real photograph that somebody took. So pick something out of it to use. Don't just go right into and try to replicate something.
Yes, if the bride has six fingers in the photos, those are not real.
Did you see? Did I send you the video of the photographer? Like they had cell phones out like during the ceremony and stuff, and it was supposed to be unplugged.
Yeah.
And they AI'd all the cell phones into chickens.
Wow. No, you didn't show me that. That would be great.
It made me giggle so much.
That's what we should do.
Just AI and everything
Just
into
put
chickens.
something else in their hands instead of the
Yes.
phones. That's a great idea.
Yeah. It's 50-50 though. My associate sent me a video the other day. He was trying to take this lamp out of a doorway because you have like the porch light. He was trying to take that out of the image, and it put like a really scary looking dismantled face
Oh
in
man,
that spot. He was like, "What is this on him? What is this?" And I was like, "I don't
nightmare
know."
fuel is what it is.
Yes, things of nightmares. Okay, so my other thing that I want to say on this topic is another way to show up and be present in your wedding day is have a private dinner. Okay, so you get done with us, we go take our couples portraits. By the way, I send everybody away. I don't really like family lingering or friends like with their phones out when we're trying to get your couples portraits by yourself. We'll start with your bride, or we'll start with family, go into the group photos for the bridal party. I send everybody away. I send everyone to reception, and it's just us and your videographer if you have one, and you two. Because that intimacy is so important, and making you feel comfortable enough to be close to each other because you are in front of a number of cameras at this point. But just for someone who's not used to being in front of cameras at any point in time in their life, and now here they are with at least 2 up to 4 with second shooters for video and photo.
If you have a videographer and a photographer,
And we each have assistants. Like it can be a lot, and throw a content creator in there too.
Yeah, it looks like the paparazzi are following you around.
It's a lot. It can be overwhelming. So I don't want to also add mom and Aunt Susan and
the peanut gallery in the back saying, "Fix your dress. Your hair's ugly. This and that."
I don't want it.
You don't need.
I love them. I love family. But like I'll see and we can fix those things. We can take care of it. Like this is focused on them. And the reason being is it creates a much more natural environment for the couple to be themselves, to capture those natural moments and stuff. Because I don't like the whole stand here and smile.
They can focus on the moment. They can focus on us.
Yeah.
And they can live in that instead of the distractions of the orbiters around, adding more stress to the moment. Because I know mom wants everything to be perfect, and the bride wants everything to be perfect. It's just added stress. That's all it really does, is add more stress unnecessarily.
So once you get done with us from there, I always recommend having a private dinner with your partner.
Yes.
You don't have to eat out in front of everybody. Make sure they're typically, or at least they, in my opinion, should be getting fed while we're out taking photos, depending on how long and what we have to cover. Feed everybody while they're in there. Let them be eating, and then we're done with photos with you. You go in. You two have a good 15 to 20 minutes to have your food together, please. Like, that's about the only quiet time you're going to get if you don't choose to do what I want to make into a trend of getting ready together in the morning. I'm going to keep pushing that.
All right. We'll see.
But yeah, have dinner together. And you just come out, you're refreshed, you've eaten, you can have some drinks, and you can dance the night away.
It's a great idea because it gives them time to kind of catch up with each other. They haven't really had any moments, they just got married together, but like private moments, they haven't had any of
There's
that.
so much adrenaline.
Yeah.
And you're just going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 events in the last 2 hours. So it's like, take some time to chill.
And it always happens. If you do have that dinner with everyone, you do finally sit down to eat, and everyone wants to come up to you and talk to you while you're trying to eat, and say how proud of you they are.
Yeah, and then you still can't talk to each other.
Can't talk to each other.
And you can't really eat.
No.
So yeah, those are my top 5 in no particular order. I feel like some key things to reiterate is hire a professional, please. Hire a planner, hire a professional photographer. I beg of you. Build some extra buffer time in your timeline. There's going to be hiccups without fail. And as long as if you can plan for those, you won't be stressed on your wedding day.
Well, you won't be as stressed.
Yeah, that's true. But if you have a planner and you have buffer time, it makes life a lot easier.
It does. It does.
It does. Don't bother trying to people please everybody. It's your wedding day. Discuss your values with your partner. Move on from there. Discuss your values with doing a first look or not doing a first look. Don't have any regrets with it. And know there's an alternative too. You can always do a first touch. And I feel like that's a beautiful, happy medium.
And do what makes you comfortable. If it's something that's going to put added stress into your day, then why have it? That's my hot take.
Yeah.
If it's going to add extra stress to the wedding day, then
don't do it.
Figure out a different way, or see if it's something you can kind of pivot and move away from.
Yeah. I actually just onboarded a client day before yesterday, that they were actually planning I think 200 people for their wedding. And they got 6 months into planning, and they were like, this isn't what we expected. This isn't what we want.
I wouldn't think so.
And they kind of canceled the whole thing. It's going to be 50 people. They're having it in a venue that they absolutely adore. And they're getting to have their dream vendors that they want. I'm so happy I was one of those, or we're one of those. And so it's going to be a great day. And they're being authentic to themselves, which is really all any vendor in the industry wants for you, is to be authentic to yourself.
Right. You don't want to have any regrets on your biggest day.
Yeah. And doing all of those things will keep you from having regrets, so that you can be present and be in the moment of your wedding and not super stressed out. Because the day really does go by so quickly.
It really does.
Absolutely. So let us know in the comments what you think of our new episode of our 5 regrets.
No.
I had to. The regrets.
I knew. I didn't think you could. I didn't think you could hold it back. And
I made it to the very end though.
Yeah.
I'm cheesy. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Starting to regret this episode.
Oh, come on. I'm not the one who did like a giant number 1 at the beginning.
Oh, I don't know where you were going with that. I was like, why are we talking about, my bathroom activities? And then, oh, well,
See, I didn't even go that way with
you were
it.
on a giant number. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, that
Yeah.
number one. That could be my,
But truthfully, I didn't even go there with that. I went to Roman Reigns. That's
oh, you're holding the ones up?
yeah, that's where I thought you were going with it, but that's I all right. We're gonna skip past your brain for a second. Anyway, so to wrap things up, if you enjoyed the episode and enjoyed hanging out with us, come check us out again next week. And you can find me and him, our photography account, on Autumn and Co Photo on Instagram, and then Engaged in Chaos on
TikTok,
yes,
YouTube,
Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. We have YouTube now. It's up and it's running. So you can watch it.
kinda. Well, it is.
It's up and running. Thank you. But anyway, yeah. So we're up on YouTube. You can actually watch us if you want to, or listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. What?
Oh no.
All right. Bye, loves.